entrepreneur and culinary phenom, Chef Curtis Stone, joining me. He is a Michelin-starred chef multiple times, and we're so excited because we have this great collection. This is pretty funny because normally we don't get a chance to actually present this, and we sell thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of these without ever really showing you how they work. So I was excited to get to talk about it today. This is the Kinetic Meat Thermometer. It is so clever, no batteries, no charging, works brilliantly, and we're on sale today at $22.95. I think another great gift idea. I've got 4 different color choices. We've got the turquoise, we have the stone gray, I have the red, and I have the black available. And Chef, it is amazing to me, and I don't know if you guys have done the count, but can you estimate how many thousands of these that we've sold?
Oh, hundreds of thousands. Yeah. It's not in the thousands, the hundreds of thousands. And you know what? I get it. I mean, we've got 355 perfect 5-star reviews on this item, and it's because it works so brilliantly. Let me show it to you. First, it doesn't need a battery. You know those items that you go to use and the battery's gone flat and you're like your scale or whatever? This was one of them, and I said, I want to develop one that never requires a battery. So it runs off kinetic energy. So you give it a little shake just like that, and that will wake it up. There's only 2 buttons on there. One is to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit, right? And Fahrenheit back to Celsius. The other is hold. I'll explain that in just a moment. Yes, it's a meat thermometer. It's a probe thermometer, but it also can tell the temperature of a liquid. Why is that important? Well, right now, I'm telling the temperature of the oil. I don't want to start a house fire, believe it or not. Now, if I want to look at that closer, guess what I do? I press the hold button. I now bring it on up and I have a good old look at it and I say, what's the temperature? 329, perfect, because 350 would be too hot. To release it, you press the hold button again and it'll start going back down. So I now know that this is a safe temperature to fry in, so I can take those beautiful panko-crusted shrimp and I can drop them straight on into my oil. It's happened to us all, right, where you drop something in oil and the oil goes up. That's probably because it was up at 400 degrees or something like that. You're always looking for 350. Now, when it comes to cooking a piece of meat or a roast, I've got a roast chicken that Matt's going to bring over in a moment. Here's what you do. You take it, you shake it, and that is it. You'll see as soon as it's come to life, and you can see the temperature here in our kitchen, I go right ahead and I probe into the thickest part of that pork chop, right? And we have a good old look. Again, you can press that hold button if you like. Bring it on up and have a look at the temperature. Right, so we're at 133. What is 133? Let's turn it over and take a look. I'm going to come on over here with you. Oh, upside down. Thank you so much. See, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm actually looking through the monitor. 130, I know that's around medium rare. So if you want to cook it a little more, you can do that beforehand, right? Matt's just pulled out the roast chicken. I'm fearful that it's not cooked all the way. Well, let's check it out. You give your thermometer another shake. You go ahead, you get that probe, and you go into one of the thicker parts of the chicken. We need this to be over 160. Right, 165 actually. Look, we're down at 145. I know the chicken's not cooked all the way through, so I get the opportunity to pop it back in the oven, give it another 10 or 15 minutes, probe it again, and that way you'll never overcook, or even worse, undercook something. You'll always be in charge. You can use it out on the grill, you can use it on all of your roasts throughout the holidays. Every time you cook a burger, a steak, a piece of fish, you name it, you can probe it with this.
You know what I love too on that back? It has lamb, it has pork, it also has your beef. So you've got all 3 of those, the most important ones that are on there. So you can't goof this up, which is really nice. And you don't have to plug it in. You don't have to find the dumb batteries. You don't have to steal batteries from your remote from the TV. That's what everybody does, right? They run around trying to find some batteries. You literally just shake it, and as Chef said, it just comes to life. And then you pop it in whatever it is you're cooking. You know, Chef, I love it when you brought the chicken out, because most of us looks like, well, it looks like it's pretty done, and we'd cut that chicken open and realize it was basically somewhat raw on the inside. So you don't have to ruin the presentation trying to figure out if something is cooked or not. This makes it nice and easy. That's what I love.
Crazy, there's this, I still remember it happening to my mum. She'd cook something and then she'd cut into it, and it was that moment of being proud and serving her family dinner, and she'd cut into it and then she'd be like, oh, it's not done, and then she'd put it back, and then it'd sort of take all of the joy out of it for her, and I still remember that, and there's nothing worse than getting it wrong. So I really do love that this just gives you all of the power, because now you'll always be cooking things exactly as you want.
All right, 4 colors available, the black, the red, we have the stone gray, and we have the turquoise. I think this at this price, again, because it's on sale, just